Prime News at 12 midday. Updates you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
Citi News.
Hello, good afternoon and welcome to the Citi Prime News. This is the Election Bureau. The news is live from our studio at Adabraka in Accra. I am Zoe Abube-Eduardo. Coming up, Asantehene Otumfuo said to the second urges political parties to focus on policy and refrain from hate speech ahead of the 2024 elections.
Ghana no de nyame tumi nti ebe wo ho a abatro no de ya hwehwe se mfie 9.
Still to come, with 16 days to the election, residents of Abrim in the Kwabri East constituency of the Ashanti region demand immediate road repairs or punish the NPP at the polls.
Few weeks to the election and we are going to punish them. The party is our party. We believe nothing can change our mind, but this time around, our minds has been made up.
Also coming up, Tamale North parliamentary race heats up as incumbent MP Al-Hassan Suhini's bid for a third term faces stiff competition.
Whether independent or MPP, I've defeated them both before, inshallah, and so there are no threats to me at all.
I have network, international network and local network. So I think if the nod is given, I'm the right person. Do a lot of things for Tamale North.
I think that there is no fear. I'm just going to win with a large margin.
Get funds, non-payment forces contractor to lock up Galilea School for the second time as whilst cautioning the GES against breaking into the facility.
Our message is simple. The GES must be cautioned that this property does not belong to them. If they come back to it, it means they will be occupying it illegally, and we refer to they would be squatting, and so they should take notes. If we come and they are back into the classroom, we're going to need to legal action against them.
And later, Black Stars Management Committee dissolved. Stay with us for details on the latest decision by the GFA's Executive Council. This bulletin is live across our partner stations. In the Western region, we are live on Premier 100.5 FM, Beach 105.5 FM, and Sky 93.5 FM, all in Takrade. In the Bono region, J Live 95.5 FM in Sunyani, Ashanti region, Orange FM 107.9 in Kumasi, Volta region, Global 105.1 FM in Ho, Adanu 107.7 FM in Adakluwaya, Northern region, Diamond 93.7 FM in Tamale, Upper West, Westlink 88.1 FM in Laura, Upper East, Source 100.1 FM in Boko, and in the Northeast region, we on Scarp 101.3 FM in Nampanduri. Across the globe, we are live on CitiNewsroom.com.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Updates you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
Let's turn attention to some election-related stories now. Now, the Asantehene Otumfuo said to the second has urged political parties to concentrate on presenting their policies to the electorate rather than resorting to hate speech. He emphasized the importance of ensuring a peaceful atmosphere for the December 7 elections and called on all parties to avoid inciting violence. The Asantehene made these comments during a visit by the presidential candidate of the Liberal Party of Ghana, Kofi Akpaloo, and his party's leadership, who sought the support and prayers of the Asantehene ahead of the upcoming elections.
He is one of the presidential aspirants in this year's election. If he wins, I trust he will take care of me. What we seek in this election is peace, not violence. Elections require patience. If you don't win today, your chance may come another day. I will pray for Kofi's success.
Kofi. Obakuanim no waja wodi kan de ho ano frin kran ano aba ha behwem.
That was Asante Tumfor said to the second. Kofi Akpaloo, in response, has urged the U.S. Embassy to collaborate with its European counterparts in imposing similar visa restrictions on individuals attempting to disrupt Ghana's electoral process ahead of the upcoming polls.
I think this election is going to be more peaceful. Looking at the way things are going, it's going to be more peaceful. I think recently we all heard from the American embassy or the ambassador that anybody is going to cause mayhem will be denied visa to travel outside this country. And whilst we were talking, you saw me sitting beside the American ambassador. I tried to re-echo it and ask her if she can speak with her European counterparts to also issue the same statement. And he said yes, she's going to do that very soon, so that she believes that the British High Commission and the rest are going to follow suit. You see, when you have nowhere to hide, you'll be compelled to do the right thing. So this country is for everyone. If you win this election, fantastic. If you don't win it, you wait and come back another time. I mean, you cannot impose yourself on anybody. But we are all asking the Electoral Commission to do the needful, such that they won't have any excuse to complain. Anybody will not have any excuse to complain.
That's the presidential candidate of the Liberal Party of Ghana, Kofi Akpaloo. Now, with just 16 days to the December polls, residents of Ebrim in the Kwabri East constituency of the Ashanti region are protesting the deplorable state of their roads. They have threatened to withhold their votes for the new Patriotic Party in the upcoming general elections if urgent repairs are not undertaken. The residents, who lament years of neglect, are demanding swift action from authorities, warning that their participation in the polls is at stake.
The state of our roads is very bad. It has been bad for the past years. We are citizens and indigents of this community, and we vote for the MPP. We give them the much and the highest votes when it comes to election. But they've neglected us, especially our roads. And in fact, we are suffering. As you can see, the road has been diverted. And we can't go, we can't come.
Kwabri district gives the MPP the majority of the vote. Just look around the country. MPP government gets most of its majority vote from the Kwabri district. But look at Kwabri district, for example. There is not even a completed road which is started. Our roads are in a very deplorable state. There is nothing well formed to write about our roads.
If you can see, they have left the road and we are suffering. We can't endure this suffering again. So we are pleading that they come and solve. And as we can see, they can't do few weeks to the election, and we are going to punish them. The party is our party. We believe nothing can change our mind, but this time around, our minds has been made up, and we are going to vote against the government.
You heard some residents of Abrim in the Kwabri East constituency of the Ashanti region. Now, the mayor of Accra, Elizabeth Saki, has cautioned that voting against the new Patriotic Party government could hinder the progress of work under the District Road Improvement Program, DRIP. The DRIP project is designed to empower metropolitan, municipal and district assemblies with state-of-the-art equipment to enhance road networks. During a visit to some project sites in the Accra metropolitan area, the mayor says a Bawumia-led government will ensure the continuation and improvement of the DRIP project.
Every district is working at the same time to have the roads well managed so that it can have a free flow of vehicles. And this is exactly what we're doing. And so I want to say a very big thank you to the president for this dream that he has with his vice president, Dr. Bawumia, who is also coming, and we are sure that he will come because God has ordained it and he placed him on the first on the ballot. So we are looking forward to see him to continue this good work. Usually we know that after we change government, they will stop and everybody will be like, this one, I don't know much about it. They're now going to take time to do the necessary research that is needed. But this one is a continuation. So I pray that the city will understand with us that we need a continuation governance. When the MPP government is giving the nod, these roads will continue. This time it will be tied road because that's the program.
That was the mayor of Accra, Elizabeth Saki. Now, the Achim Kotoku Jasahini and the chief of Abrim, Nana Amu Chitire I, has called on the National Democratic Congress flag bearer, John Dramani Mahama, to prioritize the construction of a day senior high school in Nyafoman if he is elected president, highlighting the numerous developmental projects Abrim has benefited from under previous NDC administrations. Nana Amu Chitire I emphasized that the impact of these initiatives is evident for all to see.
We deeply appreciate all the developmental contributions you made to Abrim during your time in power. We are hopeful that when you return to office, you will prioritize completing the day school project you initiated in our community. Rest assured, the land for the project remains available.
You heard the Achim Kotoku Jasahini and the chief of Abrim, Nana Amu Chitire I. For his part, the NDC flag bearer John Dramani Mahama pledged to ensure the completion of all abandoned projects. He also revealed plans to operationalize the College of Education established in Abrim, which is dedicated to training technical instructors for technical schools.
Professor Mills, innovation, and also Abrim, member of the College of Education and training technical instructors. So our college you be see now you see how I can't say baby now start any students now better.
The late Professor Mills envisioned constructing a college of education in this community, and indeed the college was completed with only the students left to move in. Unfortunately, we left office before that could happen. We later learned that the college was handed over to the Galamsey Task Force for use in the fight against Galamsey. When we return to power, we will ensure the college is open for students to begin their studies. Regarding the Community Day School project, since Nana has confirmed that the land is still available, we will work to build one in Nyafoman.
And so, Nana Mami Assurance says, I assassino Edasodaho. And Tinyamia Domiaba, for my Community Day Secondary School E-Block as here, Besino. Yamaba Besi, SC1 for mine.
You heard the National Democratic Congress flag bearer John Dramani Mahama. Also, the NDC, its chairman Johnson Esiedu Nketia has reaffirmed the party's stance on the decision to change its parliamentary leadership, stating that it has no regrets, addressing concerns from some members and critics regarding the removal of Haruna Idrisu as minority leader, along with James Kuluche Aveji and Muntaka Mubarak as deputy minority leader and minority chief whip respectively. Mr. Esiedu Nketia emphasized that the move was necessary to enhance the party's performance in parliament. Speaking at a campaign rally in the Ejumaku Enyamisiam constituency in the central region, he noted that the leadership restructuring has made the NDC more attractive to the electorate.
When we made the changes in Parliament, did you see the criticisms that followed? Everyone was picking on me, but we stood firm because we saw something better in the new leaders. If we were to sack the new leaders we brought in, would you do that? I know you won't, because they have proven it. We thank God for opening our eyes. The old leaders had done their parts, but it's a relay race. When an athlete gets tired, he hands over the baton. So we handed over the baton to Ato Forsen, and he did not disappoint us. We don't regret it either. He has made the party more attractive.
National Chairman of the NDC, Johnson Esiedun Ketia. Now, the NDC has expressed expectation that security agencies and all relevant stakeholders will act professionally to ensure peace and stability before, during, and after the elections. This appeal was made during a police briefing with representatives of all political parties on police preparations towards the 2024 general elections. Director of Elections and IT for the NDC, Edward Omanebuama, emphasized that achieving peace is essential for addressing the nation's economic and developmental challenges.
This meeting is for us to be briefed by the security agencies. So we want to reserve all our comments until we hear from the security agencies, except to say that we expect professionalism so that the peace and stability of our dear nation can be ensured before, during, and after the December 7th elections. It's only when we secure peace and stability that we can fix our troubled economy and country.
Dr. Edward Omanebuama is the Director of Elections and IT for the National Democratic Congress. This is still City Prime News, coming to you live from our studio at Adabraka in Accra. Still to come, Tamale North parliamentary race heats up as incumbent MP Alhassan Suhini's bid for a third term faces stiff competition. We also bring you a story where Get Funds non-payment forces contractor to lock up the Galilea School for the second time. Please stay with us. We'll be right back.
City Prime News at 12 midday. Updates you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
Ago Omambapa. The time to exercise your civic duty is here again. This year, we the good people of Ghana have another opportunity to elect our leaders on December 7. This is a very important national exercise, and you have the civic duty to make that decision for Ghana. Don't be indifferent because your vote counts. Vote on issues. Don't sell your vote. Reject violent candidates and expose acts that undermine the integrity of the elections. Don't attempt to snatch a ballot box or deface political party posters. The law will deal with you. December 7, 2024 is election day. Pick up your voter's ID card. Get to your polling station. Follow the voting process. Make that bold decision for Ghana. Vote peacefully. Ghana must win. Vote on December 7. It's your civic duty.
Civic duty required of you as a Ghanaian. So get involved and vote.
A message from the National Commission for Civic Education, NCCE.
Channel 1 TV is live on DSTV, GoTV, and HD+. On DSTV, find us on Channel 363. On GoTV, we're on Channel 117. And on HD+, get us on Channel 108. On a digital TV, run a new search. But take note that without an antenna, you cannot access Channel 1 TV. Channel 1 TV can be accessed on any free-to-air digital box, like the DSTV and HD+ boxes. Channel 1 TV, telling your story, empowering change.
City Prime News at 12 midday. Updates you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
Back to the City Prime News. My name is Zoe Abubeidu Ado. Let's now move to the Tamale North constituency, where the parliamentary seat is heating up as incumbent Member of Parliament Alhassan Suhini faces a challenge from Abdul Rahman Ali Douabre of the New Patriotic Party and independent candidate Fauzia Hudu. Mr. Suhini, who has represented the constituency since 2016, is seeking a third term amidst growing competition. Our Northern Regional correspondent Shawana Yusuf reports on the dynamics shaping this crucial race and the history of the constituency.
The Tamale North constituency has long been an NDC stronghold, consistently delivering victories for its presidential and parliamentary candidates since its creation. Strategically positioned, it is bordered by Tamale Central to the south, Nantong to the north, Sanargu to the west, and Kumbungu to the northwest, making it a critical hub of political activity in northern Ghana. Data from Channel 1 TV's research unit shows that the NDC has dominated the constituency since 2016, with its presidential and parliamentary candidates often winning by significant margins. In 2016, Al-Hassan Suhini secured the seat with 21,280 votes, representing 67.79%, while his closest challenger, the NPP's Kulsumi Mohammed, managed only 5,329 votes, representing 16.98%. Suhini's dominance continued in 2020 with 26,518 votes, representing 64.67%, while the NPP's Al-Hassan Dahmani trailed with 14,256 votes, representing 34.76%. As the 2024 elections draw near, the candidates are actively campaigning, presenting their visions to the constituents' over 50,000 registered voters.
That even though I was elected without an NDC government in power, I can boast of some significant interventions in the constituency, and the people are grateful for the interventions that we have made in the area of health, in the area of education, in the area of sanitation, in the area of youth empowerment, in the area of women empowerment. I defeated him as independent candidate. I defeated him as MPP candidate. So you see why I don't think that there's any contest, whether independent or MPP. I've defeated them both before, inshallah, and so there are no threats to me at all.
Meanwhile, independent candidate Fauzia Hudu has positioned herself as a transformative leader with strong local and international connections. She has promised massive development if elected, stating that the constituency deserves better representation.
I've worked in courts, I've worked with police, I've worked with carabinieri, I've worked with lawyers, and then with...
By taking the rightful contestant from their party, taking them off, and now bringing him from Tamale Central to come to Tamale North to contest. He's not a grounded person in the constituency, and I think that there is no fear. I'm just going to win with a large margin.
That's the Tamale North NPP parliamentary candidate Abdul Rahman Ali Douabre, ending that report filed by Northern Regional Correspondent Shawana Yusuf. Now, the New Patriotic Party has urged for heightened surveillance ahead of the December 7 election, citing intelligence reports that suggest certain individuals are planning to incite violence during the polls. This call was made during a police briefing with representatives from all political parties on the police preparedness for the 2024 general elections. NPP General Secretary Justin Frimpong Kodua also proposed strict monitoring of motorbikes used on the election day, referencing a chaotic incident during the Asin North by-elections as a reason for his concern.
I want to assure all of you gathered here that the New Patriotic Party, as we have always done in the past, will follow the due process, will respect the rule of law, respect order in these elections, and will not in any way conduct an action or mission that will mar the beauty of our democracy that we have enjoyed over the years. But however, heads of biosecurity presence here, there are some concerns that we pray and hope that it will be addressed after this meeting. I'll start from the by-election that happened at Sinof. The New Patriotic Party was not happy about certain incidents that happened at the by-election, where, to be precise, some of our strong areas were marred with chaos and violence, i.e. Prasho, where there were even shootings at that place. Going to these elections, this is something that we don't want to see on December 7th. Elections are supposed to be very peaceful, people going to express which political party they want to govern. It should not be violent.
That was the NPP General Secretary Justin Frimpong Kodua. Now, the Electoral Commission will today destroy ballot papers from the Ahafo and Volta regions. Transfer of ballot papers for the two regions was halted when the commission uncovered the problem with the serialization of the ballot papers. The commission thus entrusted Backpress, an Act Commercial, to undertake the printing. Let's now turn our attention away from politics or the elections, and Geo Anointing Construction Limited has locked up the Galilea MA Basic School for the second time due to the Gansalt Assembly's failure to settle an outstanding payment for a 6-unit classroom block constructed by the company. In October, the contractor initially locked up the facility over non-payment following assurances from the Ghana Education Trust Fund that payment will be made within 2 weeks. However, the promise remains unfulfilled. The company's spokesperson, Emmanuel Adu Okai, expressed frustration, stating that multiple efforts to secure the payment from Get Fund have been unsuccessful.
Banks started chasing us for their money because we had secured a facility from them to utilize for this particular project. So we kept informing them that we have not been paid. So what the bank did was to elect officers to come and then verify whether the facility was being utilized or not. And indeed, when they came, the facility was being utilized by the Ghana Education Service. And so they communicated back to us that since the facility was in use, they considered that we had been paid by Get Fund. And so we should pay them back. And our funds were locked up in this project. There was no money to pay them to offset the loan facility we secured from the bank. And so the banks seized 2 properties of ours, which we had used as collateral.
That was spokesperson for Geo Anointing Construction Limited, Emmanuel Adu Okai. Now, following the Black Stars' failure to qualify for the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations tournament, the Ghana Football Association's Executive Council met yesterday, November 20, 2024, to discuss the way forward. The GFA has now released a statement detailing the decisions made at the meeting. Joining me in studio is Susu Graham from the sports team to give us details. Good afternoon, Susu.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Zoe.
All right, so give us the details of the statement that has been released.
Well, first and foremost, the GFA issued an unqualified apology to the people of Ghana for their team's failure, and they then laid out their next steps. So they said the first thing is the Black Stars Management Committee will be dissolved. So that's the body that sits above the head coach and the technical team. The next thing is that they are going to meet Otto Addo and his technical team to kind of review the qualifiers, review the performance of the technical team, amongst other things. So for people who are asking for him to be sacked and that kind of stuff,
it's not going to happen.
Not necessarily, because if they have a meeting with you, before they sack you, usually they do have to have a meeting with you. So it's possible that this meeting could be where he's sacked. We don't know for sure what's going to happen, but the meeting is going to happen. And this meeting will happen in 6 days. So I believe that's on the 27th, if my dates are correct. So that's on the 27th. They then said that they will go on a GFA retreat on the 28th to plan, and I guess to plan the way forward.
Okay.
So what we are looking at is we'll know whether Otto Addo is still head coach by next week. So it's looking like after that meeting, maybe he's sacked, maybe he's not. But it's a meeting and review of him and his technical team. So it might be even that maybe they change his assistants, different things. But there's going to be a meeting in a week. So I think that the meeting is the key point we have to look out for to see the changes of the Black Stars technical team going forward.
All right, thank you very much. That was my colleague Susu Graham from the Citi Sports team giving us an update of that meeting of the Ghana Football Association's Executive Council. That'll be all for City Prime News, which came to you live from our studio at Adabraka in Accra. For more news, visit CitiNewsroom.com. You can also use the hashtags Ghana Polls 2024 and City Verified for more election-related stories. My name is Zoe Abobeiduado. Keep listening to the Election Bureau. Have a good afternoon.
City News. We speak first.